Well, welcome to the Next Homie Focus Group. We meet here at 1 p.m. Eastern Time every other Tuesday. And I'm Chuck Vosberg, along with my lovely wife, Pat. We are your friends in Florida. So if you've got any questions about Florida, or if you're looking for anybody, don't look at the map. Just call Chuck and Pat. So today, we are very fortunate. We've got actually a second appearance. Jessica was on here a long time ago and very popular. Jessica Cazabat. Jessica is a social media expert, and she also has a real estate background. She's a licensed agent here in Florida, and although she's not practicing real estate, she's got an extensive background. So she understands our business. She's truly an expert in social media. So I just can't wait to hear from Jessica Cazabat. So, Jessica, go right ahead.
Oh my God, thank you so much, Chuck and Pat, for having me here today. Like I've said before, I feel so fortunate because, and I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen. This is essentially where I started was my love of social media and coming to, next home and being able to share my background and my knowledge with you guys. And it's so awesome. So it's like the whole full circle experience. Alrighty. Can you guys see my screen? Is it showing up for you? Fantastic. I'm working on dual monitors, so I'm trying to make sure I can see my presentation, but I can also see what's going on over here as well. All right, guys.
Looking good.
Again, my name is my name is Jessica Casvat, and I'm the director of operations at Get Real Social. I have been director of operations for over a year now, but I have been working with this company for just under 4 years. I have an extensive marketing background. I've been licensed as a real estate agent since 2016, starting in Tennessee and then coming over to Florida. And this is kind of where I have been living. When I was an active agent, 100% bled orange for Next Home. Next Home is still my favorite real estate brand. I can't imagine partnering with another real estate company. So, yeah, I love it. And thank you so much for being here. And I thank you for taking the time to listen to my presentation. So, today's class, if you will, is command the conversation, control the feed. A lot of times, realtors, as well as small business owners, um, forget how to actually connect with people on social media. So Chuck actually approached me about doing this class because of one of these style posts that I do that I call churning my audience or engineering engagement from my audience. So before we get into that, let's go through a little bit of a background. So, if you were on the start of this call, I am originally from New Orleans, Louisiana. I am, loud. I'm opinionated. I'm slightly unhinged. I'm very raw. I drive a ridiculous, oversized and tricked out overlanding Bronco. My Bronco is my entire personality. When I was an active agent, he was white and orange. Since I've kind of like leaned more into the social media, he has converted to white and green because green is my favorite color. But we all know that green is a approved subcolor for Next Home because I'm on it. I've been involved in marketing and content creation since 2016. While I enjoy helping people, buyers and sellers in the real estate realm, my true passion is for marketing. I enjoy social media. I enjoy the rawness and the realness of it. And that's what led Christy Hernandez, my broker of Next Home Treasure Coast, to approach me and say, hey, we would love for you to come be our director of operations for our social media and help us grow our Next Home awareness here on the Treasure Coast. I am addicted to TikTok. I speak in TikTok often. So if I make a reference that you're probably not familiar with, it's probably because it's from TikTok. I try to filter my language on this side, but sometimes it doesn't happen. But trigger warning, I curse a lot. I am known for dropping F-bombs and cursing on social media. I'm sorry, it's what I do, it's me. But somehow I'm still invited to come talk on webinars, so take that for what you will. Maybe you do need to be yourself and not try to beige down yourself to appeal to the masses. Fuck the masses, right? So If you do nothing else for me, I would super appreciate if you would pick your platform of choice, whether that be Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube, and follow Get Real Social. We appreciate it. It helps our algorithm. And, if I get you engaging with us, it might help your algorithm too. Get Real Social Co. All right. So in the comments, y'all, because this is going to be a little bit interactive, can anybody tell me what's the whole point of social media? Drop it in the comments, y'all. Don't apologize. Thank you, Harmony. I appreciate it. What is the whole point of social media? Any guesses? Y'all gonna make me call on people? All right. Thank you, Chuck and Pat. Anybody else? All right. To engage. I love that. You probably follow me, huh, Harmony? All righty. So the whole point of social media is to be social. 100% it is to engage with people. 100% it is to create relationships. A lot of times people treat social media like it is a digital billboard. It is not. People are like, I do this, I sell Y, call me. Please, please, please don't do that. That is so addy. Save that for your print ads. Save that for your mailers. Sell that for an actual billboard on side of the street if that's what you want to apply your money to. I do 100% believe that organic social media and paid ads can work together to explode your growth. But when we're talking about social media at its core, it is to be social. The algorithm wants to keep you on the platform as long as possible, whether it's watching content, creating content, or talking/being social to other people with other accounts. If you're one of those people that jump onto social media, you post your you post your content, and then you run away, the algorithm doesn't like that. I'm giving y'all some like hardcore tidbits right now, okay? The algorithm does not like that. You need to go and follow other accounts. You should be going and following other people in your niche, going and following target clients, target people on social media. This is legal stalking, y'all. If you're one of those people where you like to FBI and you like to be nosy, social media is where you can do it. Now, I know people are going to be like, oh my God, I'm put all my shit private. Yeah, you can. But if you are a real estate agent, don't be a secret agent. People need to know who you are and what you do, and to keep you top of mind. Because what freaking sucks more than anything than your sister's friend going to be like, oh, guess what? You see the post on Facebook. Oh, guess what? I just bought a house. And you're like, WTF? I didn't even get a conversation. Could I not even get an audition to help you buy or sell your home? It hurts, right? It's not because you're not a great agent. They probably just didn't think of you. Their cousin's friend probably was like, oh, my sister's an agent. Let me get you hooked up with them. The whole point of social media is to create relationships, to be engaged, and to stay top of mind of potential clients. Yes? All righty. So I like to play a game. It's called What's the Top Social Media Platform Right Now? Any guesses? Wake up, y'all. I know it's after lunch. I know we ate. Give me some guesses. Who thinks they know what's the top social media platform right now? Good guesses. LinkedIn, TikTok. Very nice. YouTube, TikTok. Okay, all the TikTok. And then Insta. All right. I'm about to blow your mind and hurt your feelings. Facebook is the number one social platform right now. Why? 3+ billion monthly active users. I love when I'm pitching and I'm trash, y'all. When I tell you I'm trash at sales, I'm going to try to like pitch you some shit at the end. You're going to laugh at me. I'm trash at sales. I'm going to tell you right now. But when I talk to businesses and I'm like, you need social media, you need a brand awareness, you need a way for people to connect with you. And they're like, my client is not on social media. I beg to differ. Facebook has 3+ billion active users. If that doesn't make you take a minute and be like, man, I really need to think about my Facebook strategy, this is your sign. If you're waiting for a sign, this is your sign. All right. YouTube. Chuck, you're laughing at me, huh?
I am. You're an awesome presenter.
Yes. I love your energy, as you know, Jessica.
Yeah, you know we love.
Not y'all gassing me up. Alrighty. YouTube, 2.7 billion monthly active users. Yeah. Instagram, number 3, top platform. Are y'all blown away yet? I hope y'all are getting some value from this, if nothing else. Instagram, 2+ billion active users per month. And number 4, TikTok. TikTok is way down at the bottom at 1.6 billion active users. So where are y'all showing up on social media? Because if you're not here, you might be dropping the ball somewhere in your strategy. All righty. Facebook. Yay. We love Facebook, right? As an elder millennial, I love Facebook. I'm on that, millennial Gen X cusp. So I like to lean into my Gen X-ness because I feel like I'm more Gen X. No, baby, I'm elder millennial, 42 last month, 42. I'm blown away right now, like 40, Jesus. But okay, here we go. And I do social media for a living. Get the fuck out, right? All right. So we teach something to people called the BITS formula. And the BITS formula is essentially how you are converting potential clients into clients. So converting strangers into sold. Yes. The first part of the BITS formula, wait till I hit 60. I hope I get to 60. I'm trying really, really hard. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, my give a fuck is already broke if y'all can't tell. So 60 and I don't give a fuck. Man, I'm going to be one of those grannies on TikTok for sure. For sure. Backing that ass up to juvenile. Okay. All right. And yes, y'all, I am just like this on social media. All right, BITS model. B is for brand awareness. This is where when I tell you treat your social media like digital networking, your B is brand awareness. A lot of times when you go to networking events, people run to S, and we're going to get into what S is, but you can't make leaps and bounds until people have the buy-in at the right points, okay? So B, brand awareness. All right, that's you just starting to post on social media. You are getting out there. I is interest. Someone is now interested in you. They're paying attention to the content that you are posting. All right, they're looking. They're looking. You ever post a story and you're like, you look at your views and you have 50 views, but then you post a piece of content and you get 2 likes and it's your mom and your sister, maybe your brother-in-law, and we appreciate the support. But you're like, shit, I know a whole bunch of people were looking at my story. Where is my engagement on the post? Well, 1, you probably didn't ask them a question. 2, a lot of people like to creep on social media. Remember when I said, this is the best place to stalk people? Your haters. If there are people in your market that you don't like, guaranteed they're watching your shit on social media. They want to know what you're doing, who you're serving, who you're at the title company with, who's your home inspector, because they're nosy and they can watch. They get off on that. But anyway, your haters are your biggest supporters, by the way. So if you try to show up on social media and be all timid and corporate and I'm going to market to everybody and be everyone's best friend, I promise you, piss some people off. Your haters will be the best forms of content engagement. Churn that shit up. So brand awareness, you want to start connecting with people. Brand awareness, you want to start putting yourself online. 2, your interest, people are paying attention to what you're posting. T is the trust gain. Somebody is now bought into who you are, your brand, your business. And when they get to a point where they're ready to buy, you hit S, sold. Digital networking. I don't know if you guys do networking events, but nothing pisses me off more than some random person with some random company that I've never heard of. They run up to me, they shove their business cards in my hand, and they're like, use me, and then they run away. And I'm like, what is this, a fucking drive-by business carding? I don't want that. I throw their cards away. That's gross. Have a conversation with me. You can't even come tell me my Bronco looks nice. I don't want to talk to you. All right. So when you guys are creating content, you get no response, right? It sucks. Same 3 people: mom, grandma, maybe your brother, maybe your dog. You feel invisible in your own market. How do you keep top of mind, right? This is how we do it. You be unhinged. Be like Jessica. It's not what would Jesus do? What would Jessica do? All right. So again, reiterating, think of Facebook as digital networking. This is where people are coming to know you, like you, and trust you. Pretend Facebook or Instagram or wherever it is that you live is your sphere and they're all in one room. Do you run up to each and every one of them and say, hey, my name is Joe Brown and I'm a realtor and I need to help you buy and sell a home? No. You want to go and have conversations with these people. When you have an open house, when people walk in the door, do you say, hey, I'm a realtor, use me? No, I hope not. I hope if you're doing that, please stop. I don't want you to do that. That is not cute at all. You want to talk to them. You're trying to figure out what it is that they're looking for. What is their price point? What kind of home are they looking for? Is this an area that they need? Do they need to be closer to the interstate? Do they need to be closer to a school? You're having these conversations with people. And this is how you do it on social media. Yes? So please don't run up on people and ask them who wants to buy buy or sell a house with me today. Please don't do that. If that's what your social media looks like, if everything on your social media is just listed, and I'm sorry if I'm calling you out. I apologize. It's not intentional. Just trying to help you. If everything on your social media is just listed, just sold, under contract, we're signing papers, nobody cares. Your broker might care, but nobody else cares. All right. This is how you get attention. You get attention by doing what I call churning the pot or engineering engagement. I'm going to circle back to engineering engagement. And you can do this by creating simple posts on Facebook. And I've experimented with this on Instagram and I didn't get much results. So I'm going to tell you maybe not do that. But creating a simple post on Facebook, because this is where 3+ billion people are active every month. Create a simple post on Facebook, a text post. You have about 150 characters, so you can't go on a tangent, and ask something that is going to rile people up. I bet a few of y'all are already turning your nose at me. Oh, I put pepperoni goes on pizza. That was supposed to say pineapple. My bad. I was doing this at 2 a.m. last night. I apologize. Pineapple goes on pizza. Agree or disagree? I bet a few of y'all now have an opinion about me, don't you? Right? I bet a few of y'all want to go on my social media and correct my opinion, whether it's good or bad. Your audience loves to give their opinion. What do people like to do? People love to talk about themselves. They like to give their opinion. So if you are creating content that is making people think, if you are making people feel seen, heard, related to, inspired, this is how you do that. I promise you, it's easy. You just need to have a strategy behind it. So yes, the screen is supposed to say pineapple goes on pizza. So YouTube, don't come for me. I made a mistake. Snarky and unhinged. People follow me because I am snarky and unhinged. People always want to know, what is Jessica going to do? My business partner today said, I need you to come to my location because I have gossip and I want to record your facial expression when I tell you the gossip. There is now a video on her phone where she's telling me gossip and I'm like, get the fuck out. People come to me for that. If you go over to my social media posts, Jessica L. Cazabat at Facebook.com, Jessica L. Cazabat at Facebook.com. If you want to go to my social media and you want to look at the type of things that I'm posting, snarky and unhinged is part of it. I had a phenomenal response from my audience where I was literally like, good morning to everyone who doesn't engage in my post. And I had a whole bunch of people like, oh my God, I watch your content all the time. I just, forget to engage. I forget to like. And I'm like, and I'm calling them out. I had a post yesterday, I believe it was, or day before yesterday, where I was like, if I offered one-on-one coaching, would anybody actually be interested? And somebody literally was like, oh, me. And I'm like, really? Because I called you the other day and you didn't answer my call. And they're like, oh no. It's engineering engagement. It is posting with a plan, essentially, right? So if you're snarky and unhinged, please lean into that. If you're super, woo-woo and crystal and motivational, people love that. I'm not even woo woo and crystally, but I love happy posts like that. I love the motivational posts. Post on that shit. Be who you are. Because when you try to market to everybody and you try to be beige and attract everybody, you literally market to no one. So don't waste your time. Highly relatable. I love calling people out on their bullshit. I'm actually, as a realtor, yes, small business owner, but I'm actually in my real, what I call my first entrepreneurship go with my business partner, and we're building out our company and everything. So I love to post stuff about struggling as an entrepreneur, especially in our current economic climate, right? People are tight. People are watching where they're allocating their dollars, especially their marketing dollars. So if I post something or I'm feeling something, relating to entrepreneurship, I am going to post that, and I get such a huge response for that. You can do the same thing with your market. If you are, some of y'all are getting snow, not us in Florida. We're watching from Facebook, but those of y'all who are getting snow right now, if there is a common theme or a common complaint or a common, feel that the people in your area can relate to, posting about the snow coming outside is so highly relatable. When we, get ready for hurricane season and we see a hurricane coming, I'm like, huh, there goes all the milk and eggs. I don't know what you're cooking with milk and eggs if we're in the middle of a hurricane, but hey, go get your milk and eggs for your French toast, I guess. Here in South Florida, majority of our people that live down here are snowbirds. So I can totally make a post about, getting cut off by somebody. And I'm like, hey, if you want to go up against my Bronco, I promise my Bronco's going to come out fine. The back of your Acura might be smashed, but hey, that's on you, YOLO. But I can totally be like, and by the way, it was a New York plate. Sorry, New York. We don't have police officers telling us how to drive. You can totally go the motivational route. People love motivational shit. You never know when somebody in your sphere is down, or you never know what people are dealing with. There's so much negativity right now going on in the world. And if you want to be that shining light that gives somebody that reason to smile, to give them, you never know what kind of push people may need or have. And that could totally be an opportunity for somebody to shoot you a DM and be like, I don't know why you posted this today, but I fucking felt it and I needed it. I was having a rough time a couple years ago when I was coming out of a 9-year relationship. Do you know who was in my DMs? This beautiful lady over here. Pat was like, are you okay? I'm here to talk. I want to talk to you about what's going on. Brought tears to my eyes. And I'm not an emotional person, but I'm literally like at work on my freaking DMs talking to Pat, bawling my eyes out. And people are like, are you okay? And I'm like, leave me the fuck alone. I'm talking to Pat and she's making me feel better about my shit. You never know what people may need. So if something feels important to you, if something is speaking on your heart, fucking share that shit. You never know how that conversation can go from lifting somebody up to maybe helping them sell a house, or helping them buy a house, or them referring their children, niece, nephew, dog, pet rock, because they know that you care, and people want to work with people that they know, like, and trust, and actually care and give a fuck about how they're feeling. Stop using social media like a digital billboard. Again, this goes back to if you're just posting, I call traditional realtor content. Listen, I know Next Home gives us beautiful social media posts that are not sized correctly. They give you guys beautiful posts. I did. Yes, y'all can laugh. I did call them out. Yes, Next Home creates beautiful content for you guys. If you haven't invested in Canva to put your picture on there so people can see your face and remember you, you're dropping the ball. Like I said before, most businesses, small businesses, medium businesses, large businesses, they treat social media like it's a digital billboard. That is not what social media is for. It is 100% about human connection, especially now with all the AI shit coming out. I don't know about y'all. I call it AI slop. I hate looking at a post and I'm like, this is so fucking AI to hell. I can't stand it. I scroll past. If you're using Chat GPT or some kind of a AI bot to help you post, please, for the love of God, train your AI so that it sounds like you and talks like you and uses the same isms that you do, so that when you're using it to help you create content, it doesn't sound like an AI bot. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to reach out to me. AI slop is going to only become more and more prevalent as AI is becoming more and more accessible to more people. You are going to lose that human connection if you don't show up as your most authentic self online. And again, just as we saw with Zillow, and I'm going to call Zillow out because I'm not an active agent and I don't have to follow ethics right now. Maybe I do. I don't know. Whatever. I'm not an instructor. Don't listen to me. Zillow tried very hard to eliminate realtors from the deal. And what happened? They failed. They failed. Purple Bricks failed. These online digital home sellers thought that they could remove the human aspect of home sales, and they fucking failed. I think that's personally funny. Sit down. You want us to you're selling our leads back to us. I think it's bullshit. Fuck them. I'm glad they failed. Corporate and beige. Don't be corporate and beige. Don't be vanilla. Please, for the love of God, be who you are. If you geek out about cars, if you freaking bleed orange, if you're a Disney adult, if you love freaking Lord of the Rings, whatever it is that you give a fuck about, please show up like that online. That's how you are going to connect with your people, your audience. Because again, when you try to market to everybody, you're going to market to nobody. And I don't know about you, I would rather work with somebody who is aligned with my goals and my values than trying to sell my value to someone. Yes? No? Okay. And the most important thing is people follow you for your humanity. They follow you for your voice. They follow you for your stories. If you are scared to show up on a video, start small. Start with a story. Document your day to day. You went by, XYZ coffee place and you had their, I don't know, snickerdoodle latte, whatever it is. Share that. Tag them. They love that free marketing. You connect with this business and you have an opportunity to connect with their audience. So think about different ways that you can creatively relate to these businesses. Take a moment to take, when you're creating content, take the lens off of you and put the lens on your community, right? As realtors, we should be market experts. Being a realtor is extremely hyper local. If you have a favorite restaurant, create content around that. If you have a favorite bakery, create content around that. Hell, you can start today by, creating a simple text post that literally says, who has the best, we're out of pumpkin spice, we're out of pumpkin spice season. So I don't know, snickerdoodle I saw when I was driving down the street. Who has the best snickerdoodle latte? Coffee company A, coffee company B, coffee company C. Tell me in the comments below. People want to give you their opinion. Then you can go to these different coffee shops and film yourself tasting these coffees. You can do a mini interview with the baristas. Have you had this? Have you tried it? And the barista might be like, oh, if you add cold foam on top of it, that's going to make it even better. Has anybody had tried the coffee here yet? Let me know. Go to these different places, and you can do this with any type of food, any type of service. There's so many ways that you guys can connect with your audience, and it's so easy to do right now. So you no longer have the excuse, well, I don't know how to create content. This is literally a fucking text post. Type. You know how to type on a computer? Go create a text post. And then tag me in the comments so I can come give my opinion, because I love giving my opinion, because if you can't tell, I have lots of opinions on a lot of different things, relevant or not. So the listings are extra. You are the hook. You are the cream. You are the shit, if you will. Remember when I told y'all I'm trash at sales, and I'm going to have a Q&A? Don't worry. I want to offer everybody, we created a social AI coach that's through ChatGPT. And if you book a clarity call with me today, in a clarity call, social media coaching, I want to take 30 minutes of your time, look at your content, and just give you my opinion on how you can make it better. And if you do that with me today, my bonus gift to you, I'll give you the social AI coach for free. So if you want to book that call, get your phone, scan the little thing. But you want to talk about engineering a response. Let me tell you about this post that I created last night that I totally think you guys should go to Facebook and look at. My roommate and I, how we work, I never know, but we are such opposite ends of the spectrum. We had a disagreement on what you call the name of something. And I don't want to say the name because I want you to go and give me your response on my Facebook. It's Jessica L. Kazabat at Facebook. We had a disagreement over what this one thing was called. And I literally took 30 seconds to film a video, and I'm like, hey, y'all, I need your help to settle a debate. What is this thing called? 86 comments. I posted this at 9:30 last night. I don't know about y'all, but I generally try to be in bed by 9, but I was up late working on this presentation for y'all, so I hope y'all appreciate it. Posted this at 9:30 last night. Everyone except me was wrong. I posted this video last night at 9:30. At 2 a.m., I was still up working on this presentation. People were still commenting what they thought. Over 800 views on Facebook. Over 700 views on Instagram. So if you like me on Facebook, or if you follow me, or you want to follow me on Facebook or Instagram, go give me your answer to my question. But you want to talk about stirring up the comments? We had so many people jump in to give their opinion. My poor roommate did a response video, and the comments over there are hilarious as well. But these easy and simple text posts that we talked about today is a phenomenal way to engineer engagement, because the more people engage with your content, the more people engage with your post, the more the algorithm will push you out to more people. Especially if you're working off of a business page. A lot of people like, oh, I rather, post on my personal page instead of my business page because it gets more traction. Yeah, because Facebook, if you're going to use their business pages, they want you to put ad spend behind it, because Facebook is a business regardless if it's free or not. But a great way that you can collaborate is when you're creating this post is collaborating between your personal page and your business page. So you're getting eyes on both. And people are reminded that, yes, it's, Pat Vosberg, but Pat also has Chuck and Pat, your friends in Florida over here. It's a different way to help get additional views. So you can totally hack the algorithm, and you can totally hack the algorithm without putting ad spend behind your dollars. And you can totally get in front of people and help people remember that you do XYZ without telling them constantly, hey, I do XYZ. It's called soft selling, by the way. But yeah, I'd love to talk about this with you guys further. If you book that coaching call, like I said, you book the coaching call, I'll give you access to our social AI coach. It's normally a $27 investment in your business. I'm giving it to you for free to come let me run my mouth and talk with you for 30 minutes. So that's what I got. That's what I got. That's what I got.
Damn.
Clicking out.
Jessica, you're awesome. I have pages of notes.
Yeah, I usually don't write anything.
I'm gonna send you the slide deck, and we're gonna do the Zoom video too to everyone who registered. And you guys got the people who were able to attend today got the full blast of me. So I apologize if this was popping your cherry the first time dealing with me.
No, we
but
know
I love
you
my next
very well.
homies.
We already know you, so yeah.
We've been to dinner with you, remember?
We know what we're getting.
I know. We've been to conference together.
That's right.
And I know almost everybody on here personally, and they're all of the same mind. So I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so you mentioned that Facebook, and this was really good news for Pat and I, because that's where we put most of our effort, is is really great. But do you find that different demographics tend to gravitate towards different platforms?
So that is a wonderful question. If you look at your analytics on your back end, if you go into a Meta Business Suite, or if you look at your analytics on the back end of Instagram, I've argued down clients in a nice way where they're like, we just need to post on Facebook. We don't know Instagram. It's the same people. Look at your analytics. For this particular client, they had 70% of their audience was on Facebook, and they had like another, 25% of their audience was on Instagram, and only 10% of their audience of their audience overlap. So only 10% of their audience followed them on both Facebook and Instagram. There are some creators that I follow on TikTok that I don't follow outside of TikTok. They have Facebook, they have Instagram, but I don't connect with their content on that platform. So I definitely recommend that people pick one or two platforms that they can consistently show up on, and the other platforms are bonus. But don't limit people where they can find your messaging.
Good point. Thank you so much.
I loved you
I try.
talking about that it's not a digital billboard. I circled it. I made little asterisks next to it because a lot of times I feel like that's what I'm looking at.
And it's just such a temptation to be like that.
Correct. And it goes back to a lot of times business owners want to focus on the quantifiable, or the quantifiable aspect. If you pay $100 to an ad company and they tell you you get 20,000 eyes, or 20,000 impressions, 50,000 impressions, and from that ad you had 10 clicks, and from those 10 clicks 3 were converted. That's something easily quantifiable. On Facebook, on social media in general, you can access your analytics at even a higher level, I would say. You can see how many impressions you made, how many unique content, unique profiles came to your page. You can see if somebody looked at a post and then went to your profile because of this post. But you can't always quantify, did this client convert because of this post? Because a lot of times the sales happen outside of the post. You start a conversation in your DMs, or they actually pick up the phone. Not me. I'm an elder millennial and I don't talk on the phone. So if you're not texting me, good luck. Email me, text me. I'm rolling with Gen X on this one. They can't quantify where the lead is coming from. So they struggle to see the value in social media. And this is why I try to argue people is that, again, you want to put ad spend, you want to put ad dollars behind an ad. Okay. Using paid ads and organic social is a great way to explode your content, but you want to use your social media and think of it as digital networking. People may click on your page because of an ad, but when they get to your page, what are you posting? If everything is salesy, you may lose the sale there. But if you have some very forward-facing value ad, you showing up and you talking about a problem your home inspector was able to address, or a difficult closing where you found grant money to help get somebody into a home, that's where people are going to be like, oh, this person really gives a shit about what my struggle is, and connect with them. And then I want to take the next step and go forward. So like I said about the motivational post, you could have this beautiful motivational post and somebody might not like the post. They might not even comment on the post, but they might send you a DM. They might pick up the phone and call you. They might go to your website and schedule a call. So it's really hard to quantify where this quote unquote potential lead came from. So I think that's where people get caught up in I want to treat my social media like a digital billboard. And we strongly recommend, please don't do that. If you're going to do salesy post, let that be 10% of what you're putting on your page. 10% sales, 10% put your dog, your cat, your rabbit, your iguana, 10% your hobbies, and let that other, 60%, 50% be value forward post where you are helping people or you're storytelling a problem you solved for a specific client. Like you guys, if humans over houses is a phenomenal tool if you're not using that. If you have a closing, you got somebody into a home and it is a memorable story, as most real estate sales are, because there is never a perfect sale with a perfect closing or an easy close or an easy seller or an easy buyer where some shit didn't happen. Submit those stories to humans over houses. The next home is still using that. And that is a phenomenal opportunity to show how you're helping your clients get into a home, especially where it's tougher right now because of rising home costs, especially here in Florida, and everything that we're dealing with. Hell, they're talking about rolling out a 50-year mortgage. I bet a lot of people have some really strong fucking opinions about that. I know I do. I bet you do too.
I do.
Ask your audience. You do too, right? Ask your audience, how do y'all feel about them talking about rolling out a 50-year mortgage? Have y'all done the math on that? Is it worth it? And especially right now when we're talking about the average age of people buying homes is 35 to 45. Are we going to be alive at the end of that damn mortgage? Is it worth $200 less on our mortgage payment and growing equity in our home a lot slower? Because who gets paid first? Not us, the bank. So these are phenomenal topics that people can lean into. When I talk about, when you see stuff, changes in real estate law, when you see changes in your community, say, okay, we just got a Costco down here. I'm freaking excited about a Costco. I love a good Costco hot dog. I know it's not healthy. I just eat the hot dog. I throw the bread away. I have feelings about bread right now. But, I love a good Costco hot dog. Okay, it's $1.25. Yes. There were so many people in my area that was against the Costco. Hell, we still have people fighting us on a Brightline station. And I'm like, I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of either my options being 2 hours to Orlando or an hour to West Palm or 2 hours to Miami or Fort Lauderdale. Can we please get a Brightline station here? Because my truck eats freaking gas like nobody's business. Like the frat boys at a New Orleans college during Mardi Gras, that's how my truck eats gas. So I have a very strong opinions about gas, and I have very strong opinions about them not putting a fucking train station in downtown Stewart. Ask people what they think. Are y'all getting a new Publix? Are you getting a new Kroger? Are you getting a new Fresh Market? What do y'all think about this new XYZ business coming? Are y'all excited about it? People are going to have opinions. Ask people their opinions. And if you can get them into a conversation with you where they're engaging with you, that's an opportunity to get more content in front of them so that you can remind them that you sell real estate. Oh, yes, we're getting a Buc-ee's too. Bro, when we get the freaking Buc-ee's, I'm stoked. I'm like going to go get a freaking brisket sandwich. I'm going to stand in line for a brisket sandwich on Indrio Road. Buc-ee's. I bet you people have opinions about Buc-ee's. Where are you at, Harmony? Are you in the Villages? I love agents from the Villages. Those are my favorite. Oh, I didn't know Buc-ee's came all the way up to Virginia. I love that for you guys. But I bet you if you literally went to Facebook as soon as you got off of this call and you were like, exactly. And a lot of people shy away from talking about stuff online that they think people are going to be mad about. Let them be mad. Those people who are Listen, Amy, can you send me crawfish, please? I know it's not crawfish season right now, but if you can send me a box of Cafe Du Monde beignets, and then in February, send me some crawfish, or can I come and stay at your house and I can come to the crawfish boil in your backyard? Listen, I just need a couch. Please keep me in mind. Thank you. Appreciate you. If we're not friends on Facebook, please add me. People are so scared about offending people online. People are so scared about upsetting people. Creating those moments of strong emotion are where people are going to comment. And if you made a post about something that somebody had a super negative reaction to. This is an opportunity for you to reach out to them and be like, hey, just because you vote for cherries and I vote for grapes doesn't mean that we can't be friends. It doesn't mean that we can't have a conversation about that. And you never know. That person that had a super strong opinion about you, you can then turn that into a new friend, and then you might even sell their fucking house. Boom. Boom. Relationships over transactions. Humans over houses. Y'all tracking?
We're tracking.
I'm sorry. I got lots of opinions. Listen, get me started and I'll run off at the mouth for hours. Hours, y'all.
So
Hours.
one thing I noticed that you said a few times was as far as like the bits, the brand awareness, the
Yes.
interest, the trust gain and sold.
The bits model.
Yeah, the bits model was about asking questions. And then, you just said about asking opinions. And I've started to do that a little bit more in my posts. And I do see that it's getting more engagement.
Yes, absolutely. It can be a combination of asking questions, asking people's opinions. You know, uh, as a as a realtor, you don't want to say, hey, other realtors, who's your favorite home inspector? But you can say, hey, lenders, does anybody have a product that fits XYZ? And I bet you 52 lenders who are trying to get your business are going to have an answer. Or if they don't have an answer, they may be able to tell you who has an answer. So as realtors, we have to be a little bit more conscious of what we're asking because we do partner with so many people from other industries. What is the average thing? It's like for every contract, there's 82 people between your realtor, your, home inspector, between your title person, all your back end people, 82 people that touch the contract. You do want to be mindful of that thing. So I definitely wouldn't lead into who's the best home inspector, but you can say, hey, lenders, does anybody have this? Hey, home inspectors, is anybody offering a free home inspection if I use XYZ lender? Hey, home inspectors, does anybody have a 5-year platinum roof guarantee if I use you for, home inspection? Hey, whoever, hey, realtors, hey, other realtors, does anybody recommend hey, realtors, pre-listing inspection, yes or no? I bet you people are going to have so many opinions about that. But that is a great way to churn your audience, to engineer engagement by asking for other people's input. Hell, I did a post yesterday where I'm like, when you're driving, do you brake, turn signal, then turn? Or are you hitting your turn signal, then braking, and then turning? What's the right order? People have their opinions. It's getting people to interact with your content so that you can stay top of mind and top of their feed. Because when you command the feed, you stay top of mind, you control the conversation. And if you ever want me to jump in and I haven't seen it or respond in an appropriate amount of time, please add me. I love getting mentions and at so I can come in and see what people are going. And, if there's something that I can be like, oh, hey, Pat, maybe do this, or anybody on this call. Hey, Jessica, look at this. How can I do this better? 100%. I'd love to have that conversation with you. I don't gatekeep. My problem is again, I'm trash at sales. I give too much away free because I really do want to help people. I also know my shit. So, take that for what you want.
All right, Jessica, I've got another question for you. So,
Yeah.
did somebody else? I thought I heard a little peep. Okay, then I'm going. Okay, so everybody's got their line. Like there's certain
Mm-hmm.
things we won't discuss online. Uh,
Right.
where's your line, and how do you decide?
So, um, I like to push the boundaries. I like to push the boundaries. I have I don't like to discuss politics online. I have friends on both sides of the political spectrum and everywhere in between. There was an event in October that I found to be completely heartbreaking, and I posted on it. And my line was, it doesn't matter what side of the political spectrum you're on, nobody deserves to be killed for their beliefs. I don't care what you believe. I don't care who you vote for. I don't care red, white, blue, purple, green, gold. I don't care who you are. We, as Americans, we have our First Amendment rights protected, freedom of speech. And that was my line. I had some people get into it a little bit more. I even, leaned into a little bit of a conspiracy theory. I'm like, I don't know, this doesn't seem normal. I felt like this was some sketchy shit behind it. But again, I didn't condemn one side or the other, and I respected people for their opinion. And if I didn't agree with somebody, I'm like, hey, I hear what you're saying. I don't agree, but I still love you as a person. If you want to change your tire with a banana and I want to change my tire with a jack, hey, we might both get there in the end, but it doesn't change my opinion of people. And I think that's one of those things where, like, I will choose where I draw the line, but you have to be willing to toe that line. Somebody could have gotten to a full-blown conversation. It's kind of that fuck around and find out mentality. If you're willing to push the envelope, be prepared for that blowback, and how you handle that blowback can also affect how people feel about you. But in the end, do I, anyone who cheers the loss of somebody's life that I don't agree with, maybe I don't want to do business with them. I may not say it in an ugly way, but if they don't want to do business with me because I said I believe in First Amendment rights, then maybe we're not a good fit. And you know what? That's okay. And that goes back to when you try to market to everybody, you end up marketing to no one. So I would rather work with people whose values and beliefs are aligned with mine, or maybe if we're not aligned, we can meet in the middle and agree to disagree. Because again, somebody votes for cherries and I vote for bananas, I don't think that changes them as a person. I just think we have different political ideologies, and I'm willing to have a conversation because I think what people believe and their story matters, and I'm always willing to listen. And I think if you're willing to be open to listen to other people, even if your thoughts and beliefs don't align, you never know what kind of relationship or friendship can come from that. And I'm always looking for that positive spin. Is if you disagree with me, I'm open to having a conversation. If we can agree to talk civilly and not scream at each other and not name call, I'm happy to have a conversation over nearly anything. And I think that's okay. And I think if more people were positive and remembered to treat people with kindness, because kindness is free, I think a lot of people would be in a lot better space. So I'm willing to push that boundary, but I also think if you're willing to push the boundary, own your boundary. And if you're not willing to push the boundary, that's okay. You can stay to more quote unquote safer topics. It's all up to you. We all choose to run our businesses differently. People may not like me because I curse. That's okay. That's my normal speech. I tried for too many years to fit myself into a box, and I was not aligned with myself, and I did not honor myself. And I am 42 years old and I no longer care. You like me or you don't like me, whatever it is, I don't care. You can hate me and still work with
42.
me.
I love about you being the word authentic gets thrown around a lot these days, which is okay, but it's you're being your
Mhm.
authentic self. And my hashtag is no secrets. I have no secrets
Right.
because, my life before was filled with secrets, and now, like, I just vomit it all out. Hate to say it,
Yes.
but poor Chuck. Oh my God.
Yeah.
But it's true. You have to find where you feel comfortable. And not everyone wants to share everything, and that's fine too. But you have to find where it's good for you.
Well, I think the most important part of that is don't have secrets from yourself. You don't want to share your secrets with the world. At least be honest and own your own shit and be honest with yourself.
Love that.
Well, that's a good final word. Jessica, this was awesome today. We can't thank you enough for coming. It's just a pleasure seeing you. And do contact Jessica. Jessica, I can tell you from personal experience, has the heart of a teacher, and it'll be worth talking to her, even if you decide whether or not to do any business with her. So thank you
Absolutely.
again, Jessica
Oh,
Cazabat. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, by the way, somebody told me that there might be some sort of a football thing in Tampa. Maybe we're gonna find out in the next couple of weeks. So maybe if I meet a friend in Tampa for football, we'll definitely have to come through and stop and see you guys because
Yes.
I have missed you guys' birthdays, and like I said, I feel like absolute dog water for that. But I mean, an opportunity to swing through and hit two birds with one stone would actually be phenomenal.
Oh, that would be awesome. So,
Do
thank
you
the
want to do you want to post your if you can your
yeah,
QR code?
post your QR code
Yeah,
again,
so that people
and
can make an appointment with
we'll
you.
we'll leave that on for a moment after we finish up.
Yeah, absolutely.
This was the Next Homie Focus Group. We meet here every other Tuesday at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. And thank you for coming. I'm Chuck Vosberg with my lovely wife, Pat. And thank you again, Jessica Cazabat, for coming. Her QR code is on the screen. We'd encourage you to do that. She's definitely somebody worth talking to, and
If you and if
she'll
you guys
not she's not
absolutely
going to
hate me,
pressure you into spending money. I can promise you that. So
no,
thanks
because I'm trash
again.
at sales.
I'll leave that on the screen for a moment.